Something that I learned is that Africa is very rich, and talking about richness is that we're only depending on startups abroad or companies abroad or ecosystem abroad or even support abroad. But one thing that I've just stressed from different conferences, different meetings, different discussion is that every money that we're trying to trust from abroad is actually coming from Africa.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chido and this is Chido Starts-up. If this is your first time joining us, please make sure to click the subscribe button at the bottom of this page. And if you're joining us again, welcome back. We are still in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam at Mlimani City Mall. And we're speaking to Faraji. Faraji is a manager at Ennovate. So Faraji, please introduce yourself. Tell us what you've done, where you've been, because we want to learn about everything.
Okay, so my name is Faraji Emily. I'm from Tanzania. I was born in Tanzania. I've been in a couple of places. I did my studies back in Tanzania, but then I had an opportunity to work in Jordan with an organization, a student organization, whereby I managed to learn different things and have different experiences. After that, I had an opportunity to work in Europe as well. I was especially in in Eastern Europe, in Moldova, whereby I stayed there for 4 years, working with different companies in States, companies that are represented in Europe as well as in Africa. And currently I'm working with Ennovate Hub, as I already told you, as a hub manager, making sure that I take care of the hub activities that we're having involving startups, consultancy, different projects, and different activities. I believe through the conversation you'll get to know more about me, and I hope you learn something out of it as well.
Great, thank you so much. So tell us, what does the day of a hub manager look like? What do you do from a day to day? Do you do the same thing? Is every day different? Yeah, tell us.
Well, that's a very good question actually. A hub manager is more like, let's say, manager for all, because you have to make sure that first of all you understand each and every activity that all other managers are doing.
Yeah.
And this includes understanding what the HR is doing, marketing is doing, program manager is doing. So you have to make sure that you understand almost everything that is happening within the hub.
Yeah.
And to talk about the life of hub manager, is more like you have to think always outside the box to make sure that you understand what you have to do to move forward the hub. When it comes to creating opportunities, financial sustainability of the hub, making sure that you have jobs and activities that people have to implement so that you can grow together and make sure that they have performance, but without forgetting that those people also are humans, so you have to make sure that you take good care of them and make sure that they bring what the company is looking for, but also they gain what they're looking for as well.
Yeah.
So in general, I would say the hub manager is the person who is doing everything and is trying to make sure that you move forward all together by helping and supporting each person while achieving their own goals as well.
And maybe if you can tell us quickly, what type of qualifications do you think you need to be a hub manager?
Well, that's a tough one. In Ennovate we believe in, like the way we're recruiting in Ennovate is a little bit different from other hubs, I would say.
Okay.
For us, we're not looking more on qualifications, we're looking on interests on a person.
Okay.
So we're focusing more on growth, we're focusing more on people who are looking for opportunities to bring changes.
Yeah.
So when I was joining Ennovate, I believe I was not chosen because I was super qualified or I had specific qualification or something, but it was more of what I was looking for into myself so that I can contribute to the company. Because one of the things that we're doing in Ennovate is that when you join Ennovate, we ask you, what can you do for the company to grow? Rather than just telling you you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and stuff like that. Because if we're helping startups to grow, we want also our people to grow.
Yeah.
So if a startup comes to us and tells us I want to do 1, 2, 3, it's the same we're doing with our employees when they're coming to join Ennovate.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll give you qualifications. You need 1, 2, 3, but once you join, we'll be like, okay, tell us, what can you bring on the table? So I would say for a good hub manager or any manager within the hub is a person who has hunger towards doing something. You are very curious about learning, a person who is really looking for more opportunities to grow and expand, and lastly but not least, something that we always take granted for, but financial sustainability as well. So if you're good at managing your finances, understand where the money should come from and should go in, it will make you a very good manager as well.
That's good, that's really interesting. You spoke about passion. Where do your passions lie, and what's your favorite type of startup? I need to know.
Well, that's another tough question. Well, my passion, it's more of helping people to achieve what they're looking for in their lives.
Yeah.
So I'm always devoting myself into helping people to discover who they really are and what they want to do. You know, growing up, I didn't have that opportunity whereby someone could put me down, be like, you know what, Faraji, this is life, this is what you have to do, this is the path that you have to move, and this is where you have to go.
Yeah.
I was having more like, hey, you have to study. You know, like if you don't study, you cannot succeed. But this is not, personally, I believe this is not what we're looking for. This is what we want. So I think I've devoted myself into having an opportunity to meet young people, whereby I can sit with them and be like, okay, fine, tell me, so who are you? Tell me about yourself. What are you looking into your life? What do you really want to achieve? Do you really think if you do this, you're going to succeed in your life? So it's more like helping young people. I wouldn't say coaching. I wouldn't say, I don't know, advising, but it's more like creating a path for a person towards their own personal journey that they want to accomplish.
Yeah.
So this is my biggest passion, and I thank God I've been doing it for a while now, and I'm falling in love with every single day for what I'm doing. And actually, that takes me to the second question, which one is my favorite startup. I've been working with different people in the startups, and I never actually thought of a specific startup that I can mention. But I would say just in general that I'm really into startups that bring changes within the society. You know, like most of startups, they're looking into how much money I'm gonna make, how much, let's say, how can I grow bigger, how can I get far and all that. But if you combine the impact plus the amount of money you're gonna make, for me, that's the favorite one. Yeah, so I can give a lot of examples. We're having Life Plus is one of my favorite startup, I would say, because for them, they brought hospital within our hands. What they're doing is like, instead of me just waking up in the morning thinking of going to the hospital to check, I can just go straight to their phone and be like, request a doctor, have a conversation with the doctor, and then have all the services. So this is one of them, but since I love traveling, I would say I'm working with this startup known as Gome as well.
Okay.
I really like it. They're doing really something that I tried to do previous years ago, and personally I couldn't proceed with it because of some reasons, but it's one of my favorite as well, because I love traveling also.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll look them up, also link them in the comment section below. And then, yeah, you spoke about you being abroad and here. Maybe you can share some 2 or 3 lessons about the international startup ecosystem versus the one in Tanzania.
Okay, so 2, right? Let me start from abroad. So the first thing I've learned from startups abroad is that when someone is beginning their businesses or their activities, they don't count themselves as startups.
Okay.
They go all in that we're going to do this. So I'm lucky, I would say. I worked with 2 startups in abroad, and what I've learned is that the moment I left the company, I felt like I was working with a very huge company. But being outside the company is when I realized, like, oh, this is actually a startup and not a big company. So that was the biggest lesson, that if you decide to do something, just jump in. Don't look with the people that you're competing with, or I'm very small, I'm just beginning or something. Just focus mainly that this is what I want to accomplish and this is what I'm looking for. That's the first lesson I got from abroad. But second is that you don't need money to start a startup. That's the fact.
Yeah.
You really need to have a very strong idea, have a very good team, be devoted to what you want to do, and make sure that you put all your energy there.
Yeah.
Trust me, money will always come. Like, among the things that I've learned, if you really love and you have passion towards what you're doing, money will always come. You just need to devote yourself and be like, I'm giving myself 2 years, I'm giving myself 1 year to make sure that I really accomplish what I'm having. And even if you fail, keep on pushing. There's one day that you're gonna hit more than what you think.
Wow.
Yeah. Coming back to my country, I just realized actually African startups or African countries, we have a lot of ideas that we're sleeping under. We're just letting them there, and we're like, I don't know what to do, I don't have a job, but if you sit to someone and be like, hey, tell me, like, what idea do you have? We have a bunch of ideas that we're not implementing, and we're just sleeping on them. So, your brothers and sisters, I really urge that you just wake up and do your thing, because no work right now that's gonna just wait for you to have a good qualification so that you do something. So I really encourage that we create opportunities for others through our own ways, let's say through our ideas and stuff like that. So this is my first call actually. And the second thing that I learned is that Africa is very rich. And talking about richness is that we're only depending on startups abroad or companies abroad or ecosystem abroad or even support abroad. But one thing that I've just stressed from different conferences, different meetings, different discussion is that every money that we're trying to trust from abroad is actually coming from Africa. It might be through a certain program, certain activity, I don't know, investment and all that, but we're just working for abroad countries and bringing our money back.
Yeah.
But why don't we start thinking of our money to stay home while we're doing something out of it, rather than just waiting for an investor coming from Europe coming to invest back in Tanzania or any other country in Africa. So we should just really find a way on how we can circulate our own finances or money or whatever we have so that we can grow and stop sleeping on the money that we're having. So yeah, those are the biggest lessons of having.
Wow, thank you so much, Faraji. And my last question, how best do you think we can collaborate across Africa? So Tanzania, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Kenya, like how best can we make sure that we're all leveraging off one another's resources, that we're making sure that we're all aware of the opportunities that are available to us on the continent, and yeah, making use of hubs like Ennovate Hub?
Awesome. So first of all, I would say one thing that we are missing in Africa is having one organ that connects us all together.
Okay.
But I believe you had a chance to speak with my colleague by her name, Maureen. She mentioned about AfriLabs.
Yeah.
So this was one of the, I would say, a big step that we're having in Africa, whereby through AfriLabs we got connected and we could be able to speak between each other. But also, like, we're having different, if you look into conferences, events, most of them that we're having within the African ecosystem, it's more like from abroad. So if we could think of, let's say, tech startups, fintech, whatever, we could just have something that connects all of the African continent. It could have worked. For example, on the 27th, I'll be in the jury for the semi-regional finals for the startup competition in climate change.
Oh, wow.
So looking at it, it was an opportunity for me that I got from the Tanzanian competition, and then I got selected to be in the jury for the regional. So that gave me a chance to meet different people and discuss different issues. So if we could have more similar activities so that we can give each other a chance to learn from each other, I believe we're going to do something great.
Oh, awesome. I'm so glad there's a solution, guys. You heard it, AfriLabs. AfriLabs is the plug.
Yeah,
But thank you so much, Faraji, for your time. Thank you so much for sharing with us on my channel. Please make sure to follow Faraji, Ennovate Hub, AfriLabs. I'll put all their details in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you all next time. Bye.